Hey guys, welcome to the November challenge. So I'm going to run this challenge for the last part of November rather than my weekly editing challenges because I wanted you guys to have a little bit more time to get out there, to complete this challenge and to get your photos edited. This is a location or a settings challenge, not settings, but setting, as in the place that you take your photos. And the reason that I wanted to run this challenge and that I kind of came up with it spur of the moment is that I get so many people commenting and messaging me saying, wow, my goodness, you have the most beautiful locations. I can never take photos like yours because of these amazing locations that you have. And so when I was coming up with this challenge, I wanted to just prove that you didn't need some massive forest or some fairy tale location. You just need to be a little bit creative. So the challenge is this. You're going to take yourself out to some park or some woods or some bush or whatever it happens to be where you live, okay? It doesn't have to be the most spectacular forest in the world. I'm quite lucky here. It's autumn, it's really pretty, and there's a little bit of moss and some ferns. So that's what I have to work with. You're gonna take yourself out to one spot in your forest. You don't need a huge area. You're literally gonna be working within like a 10-meter diameter, okay? So if you take your camera bag off or you take your dog's leashes off or whatever the case may be and you put them down, I don't want you to have to pick them up to go somewhere else to take more photos, right? They need to be in that one spot and then you're just gonna kind of move around within that. I'll show you exactly where I took my photos on a little video, which I hope I did in landscape. I'm not sure I did, I might need to redo it. And you can see I really didn't move from this direct area here, but I managed to get like a really good selection of different photos. So that is your challenge. One small area with a wide range of photos within it. You can use as many different lenses as you want to get different looks. I used my 135, my 85, and my 28-75 for some kind of looking down on the dog photos. You can do as many poses as you like. When I was doing this challenge, I tried not to do several poses in one location. So for example, if I was taking some photos between some trees, I wouldn't do a sit, a drop, and a standing up photo in that one spot. So I tried to mix up the variety as much as possible in this one spot. So you'll see the photos in a minute and what I came up with in this location. I was here for probably an hour in this one very, very small spot. You just have to get creative. So a lot of the time I was using backlight. The sun was over there then. And some of the time I had the light on Loki's face because he's quite dark, so I would change the feelings of the photo in that way. And basically I was just looking for areas of visual interest. So a mossy stump, some ferns, a little tunnel between the trees. There is a little creek here, I didn't use it. There's another mossy log. I didn't end up liking the photo from there either. So in fact, I had more photos than I ended up using, just from this teeny tiny space, teeny tiny bell. So that is your challenge. To go out to somewhere local. You don't have to go far away. This is literally 5 minutes from my house. Go somewhere local, find a small area, about 10 meters. I don't know what that is in feet. I'm sorry, I don't live here or in America. About 10 meters in diameter, I guess. So from the center point, I am not going to come at you if you go 20 meters out, but if you lose your leashes and stuff, that's not my problem. Okay, and then you're gonna see how much variety in your photos you can take in this one location. I'm sorry if that sun is now coming in the lens. Hopefully that's better. And that's your challenge. That's all there is to it. And then post them up. You can post them on your story, or hopefully this is gonna give you some really nice photos for your feed. So post them on your feed. I'm going to give you a hashtag and I'm going to write it on the video. So make sure you use that so I can find them and tag my account in the photo itself, because the comments really often get lost. That's why I need the hashtag and the tag on the photo. Otherwise I miss them some of the time. And then I'm gonna go through at the end of the month and have a look at them all, maybe give some feedback, some critique, and share my favorites, obviously. And I really hope that for you guys, this helps you to become a bit inspired by some local places and shows you that you don't need some super fancy location and you don't need some huge area to get a really good variety of photos. So that's your challenge. I'm going to write it down as well, and I hope you enjoy. So I thought I could use this sort of mossy tree. There's this little stream here. The light through there is currently really pretty. There's little mossy logs there, some ferns I can use. Maybe that mossy log, but I think it's going to be too overgrown. Yeah, and I'll just keep in this general area and see what I can make happen, particularly this way. It's just whether or not I'm getting enough light in from overhead, which I'm not sure if I am. That's a bigger patch of sky, but it's really overgrown there, so that's the problem I'm having, and it's really muddy as well, so we'll see what I can do with this little spot here. So I'm just going to show you the area in landscape format because I have a feeling I did it in portrait for IGTV. This is actually about 2 days later, so the sun is now that way with some really pretty fog. So we had some photo here on this log with Journey. We had some here on that log behind Lokes with his head on it. I had Loki here looking this way and Journey's head in these ferns. Oh gosh, I'm falling over. And when I was taking the photo of Loki at that tree there, I was peeking through these ferns like that. I had Journey beside this little stump, but in the end I didn't like that so much because it's kind of black and ugly, but that's fine. I did use this log, but I didn't like it, so I'm not actually including that photo in there. Hey Lolo. I used this tree twice actually with Loki because I think it contrasted him really nicely. So one time looking this way, and one time looking this way, and I also did some shots looking down on the boys just here, and maybe I used these ferns. I just can't remember. I don't think I did, but I could have used this little. I could have used this for like a creepy Halloween kind of feeling. There's some yellow ferns there. So I mean, really there were more options. Oh, and I used these leaves too. Really there were more options available than I made use of. So even in this really small area, there was a ton of ways that I could be creative with the light and the settings and everything. Yeah, so that's the challenge. Find yourself a small area like this. We really didn't go very far at all. And see how much variety you can get in your photos.